Side passing over poles and trotting, Bluebonnet Equine Challenge, fall of 2022. So just walking around the little jumps and poles that are set up, just getting her warmed up, turning. We decided to step across this raised cavaletti, step over the little pole, and step over the smaller side of that jump. No hesitation, no concerns. She did really well. Here I'm going to ask her to side pass over the pole, ideally keeping that pole squarely between her feet. She does that pretty well. We want her rear end and her shoulder to move the same time. We don't want there to be a lag between the two of them. We want her to sidestep. So then decide to ask her to go the other direction. Putting a little backwards pressure on the reins, just a teeny bit, and then some pressure with my left leg while opening my right rein to the side. And at first she tried to go to the other direction, so I just kind of maintained that pressure with my left leg until she went the correct direction, and then released that. Just want to let her know that I was not asking her to go over to the left, but over to the right. She kind of stepped over the pole funny, so we decided to try that again. So just a little minimal pressure with my left leg, and you can see here, it's beautiful. She's moving both her front end and her hind end over. She is, not fidgeting as much. She's going the correct direction that I asked her to. That was beautiful. Very happy with that. So I gave her a little rub on her neck, and then we decided to move on to working on something else because that last go was great. So we do a little trotting. So again, right here, ask her to trot. And she canters. She then got a little unhappy, I think, with some leg pressure, and kind of tried to kick out just a little. Stop it. Here she's doing some head tossing. Um, So here I'm asking her to pivot on her hind leg, keeping her hind leg exactly where I want it, and moving her shoulder around in a circle. And that was almost perfect, except for the little tiny part at the beginning where she stepped forward. Definitely come a long way with that as far as going all the way around at this point. Doing very, very well with that. And here we're asking her to move her shoulder. I'm asking her to move her shoulder over again. Again, very, very nice. Here I'm asking her to pivot her hind end around so that her, while keeping her front end still, here she is wanting to move around a little more than she does with her front end, moving her front end. She's not quite as good at that. We've worked on the shoulders a little bit more than moving her hind end over. So that's why I was working on it this time. Definitely improved from when she first arrived with me. The other thing you'll notice is that I've been riding her in just a halter lately. Her being a very sensitive horse, she definitely seems to do a lot better in just the halter than in the bit. In the future, we may, switch back over to the bit after I've ridden her in a halter for a little bit and see how that goes. But she's, overall very responsive enough. Doesn't really need, the bit necessarily, and seems to do really, really well in just the halter. Picking up a trot again. I do tend to notice that she tends to toss her head towards the left side. That is something that seems to be pretty consistent. Kind of want to make sure that the saddle isn't pinching her in that area to make sure that that's not a problem.